All right, Black Box Radio. We are in the box. Listen, guys, this is our last interview of March. This is Women History Month. And today I'm going to be in space with my queen. This is the queen of March, probably the queen of 2022 because she's doing such big things in OK. But first, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Queen. I'm a host at Black Box Radio. And Black Box Radio is a media platform illustrating Black excellence. We platform Black genius, we platform Black people, and we disseminate information to the Black community. But more than that, we express and enhance our humanization to other communities that have no clue how it is to be in America and be Black. So that is what Black Box Radio does intentionally. And we started this series called the QueenDoM series for our ladies and especially our Black ladies. Because, of course, we need to be in space. That's right. We need platforms. And I tell you guys tonight, you don't even know. I love these digital streets because I'm in Oklahoma City tonight. I'm here with an innovator. We have dese Lottie. Destiny, thank you for coming. Say hi to the people.
Thank you for having me. Hi.
So you're freezing
it's
a little.
It's good to say hi on here today. So it's okay. It's a little slow. We got some bad weather here. It's raining and cloudy.
Okay. So when you come in, that's fine. As long as you can see your face. That's cool. So Destiny, it was such, I reached out to you because I just think that, my goodness, what you are doing is something that first of all, most women, it's not a lot of women who have CDLs. It has actually progressed. A lot of women are going into that business. They're driving truck. Most people don't know. This is a fun fact. I have a CDLA. And when I got a CDLA, it was 2.5 women. That's 2 women and a midget that was driving trucks. And so when I came into the truck stop stopped because they never saw women because women weren't really, and even the truck stops weren't even equipped as much as they are. Like I stop now at the TA or the pilot, and they have the women's bathrooms are extensive. They have women products. It wasn't like that. The showers weren't as nice. So the industry has actually moved around for women, which is a beautiful thing, because women come with ancillary.
Absolutely.
We come with ancillary stuff. So it is just a pleasure when I heard your story, I'm like, listen, you have a truck driving company and a truck training center. Tell us how you started this, and then you know what? Let's first talk about where you're from, what you do, and like how did you get into trucking? Let's start there.
Okay. Originally, I'm from California.
Oh, okay.
I've been some years in Oklahoma, so Oklahoma is up too. And my mom, she actually drove trucks for a long time. She just retired a few years ago, and that's how I started driving. So that was in 1997.
Okay. So that's when you actually got your license?
That's how I got started.
Okay, and you're from California,
Yes.
so you started driving because your mom was driving.
Yeah.
So you got exposed by your parent. Wow, that's amazing. I don't know what.
Yes.
Okay, so your mother just retired.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything I learned. Yeah, everything I learned about trucking from my mom. She trained me. I rode with her, and so that's how I got started.
Okay. Did she have her own truck too, or she was actually a contractor?
She did at that time. Yes, she did.
She did. Okay. Okay. So you were riding. So you fell in love with trucks early. That double clutch. You've been in love with that a long time then.
Yeah. No, I didn't really. This is a thing. I didn't really fall in love with trucking. I like money because it can pay for a lot of things the legal way.
That's real talk right there. You say you like money.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so that is how you ventured into trucking because you like that cash. Because listen, I tell people all the time, Truck, there's a lot of money in logistics.
Absolutely. And I tell people the same thing. Everything moves by planes, trains, and trucks.
Mm-hmm.
You will always be guaranteed to have a job. I don't care if you decide I want to pick up and move to Boston. You're going to get you a job. It's the job security. You are going to get a job as long as you have that CD gold card, because that's exactly what it is.
It is that. It is that. It is that. So, and then also a lot of people who've been adjudicated or been in jail, you can get a CDL license. So,
Absolutely.
and that's a great thing. Ex-felons have issues. Listen, this is an industry that never stops, and you can get in it and make money.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that
That's right.
it's
And
a
a lot of people a lot of companies put stipulations on, if you're a felon, but it just depends on the trucking company that you're going to work for. It's under their discretion if they want to hire you because of a felon or not. I am a felon friendly hirer because I believe in second chances. And I believe if you did the time, you did the crime, you did the crime, let's just start over.
okay.
Long as it's not a violent crime like murder or, of those extents. But for the most part, a lot of us should have been in jail, could have been in jail. We just didn't get caught.
You better know it. You better know
Okay.
that is the
So,
truth. That's the truth. That is the truth. That is the absolute truth.
yeah.
Listen, so you said something about
Yeah.
murder. We were talking pre-show that you went through a
Mm-hmm.
real ordeal before you and while you was before you started your business, right? In
Mm-hmm.
your own
Mm-hmm.
personal life.
No, I was always truck driving. I truck drove a long time. I lost my son in 2018, April 14th, 2018. He was shot, dismembered, and put in a pond on the people's property who committed the crime, him and his friend. And we went through court for 3 years. It just ended recently last year. No, year before last. And the outcome was just not even real. The time, the crime didn't add up with the time on that one. And so that was my only son. He was 21, Alize, and I have a daughter, Olivia. She's getting ready to be 17. So all in all, but my son, he rode with me. He rode with my mom first when he was little. He was a truck driver's kid. That's what he knew, trucks. He rode from the time he was like 5 years old until he was probably about 16 or 17. Even before he got killed, he would. I say, "Hey, you going with me?" And he'd go. So he knew about trucks. So I let him be my motivation to keep going, 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 going. So I keep myself busy all the time. And I probably said that to keep myself going crazy because there are things that don't make sense in the world. So I just try to turn it around and kind of make it make sense to me so that
Mm-hmm.
I can function and keep moving forward.
Wow, that's a horrible story, but it's a motivator. But that's a horrible story.
Mm-hmm,
So
absolutely.
so you got in. How did you actually say, listen, I'm going to get my own truck. I'm going to start this trucking business, and I'm gonna keep going. How did that all come through?
Well, 3 years ago, I was working for another company driving trucks, and my motivation has always been I'm not going to work for nobody forever. I'm not. I tell people all the time, I wasn't born a princess. I was born a queen. Therefore, I cannot work for anybody. And if I do, believe me, it's just a stepping stone to get to the queendom that we all are going to be at, that we're to be at.
I
So
like
my
that.
plan has always been I have to do something where I'm my own boss, where I can say where I'm going to be off work. I don't have to ask to go on break. I don't have to ask to take off or go on vacation. And it just lined up all together. This is a great field to get into. It's tough. It is tough. It's tough, tough, tough. I won't shy that for a moment. You being a woman with a CDL, we went through a lot of disgruntled, I should say, truck drivers. But it has really changed for women
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, I can remember driving and you asked for a direction on CB, don't nobody say nothing. Men
Mm.
just didn't acknowledge women driving at all. So you're just out there lost. If you couldn't read, you're going to learn how to read. You're going to learn how to follow that map because that's how you're going to get there.
Yeah.
Versus now,
There
they'll
was no
jump
map
right on the
class.
radio and help you out.
Exactly. There was no
No,
map
no,
class.
no, no.
There was none of that. You had regular paper maps. You had to map out had to open up the map
That's right.
and map out your
That's
route.
right.
Yep. Yep.
So not only did I have one strike of being a woman out there in a man's field, as they called it, I was
Mm-hmm.
African American too. So that's two strikes.
You better know it.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty tough. It was
Pretty
tough.
tough.
But I did it and I demanded respect and I earned respect and it is definitely paying off. How far
Excellent.
we as women to be able to do the things that a male can do. I don't see it as competition with a male or female. Only person you should be in competition with is yourself.
Mm.
Yourself. That way you always win. You always be better. You're always doing better. You always better. So that is a lot of I went through a lot of trials with truck driving being a woman. I did.
Yep. Yeah. And I remember Destiny, you get out and they have the lot lizards. And they're looking at you
Oh,
when
they still out there. They still out there. But listen, I don't knock nobody's hustle, okay? Do what you gotta do. I don't knock nobody's hustle. Hey, I let them where they be, But
that's
they're
right.
still out there because even
Oh
though
yeah.
I own a trucking company, which I've owned this trucking company for 3 years now. 3 years. My own company I've owned for 3 years. I still go driving. I went week before last and took a load. I drive with my drivers. So that keeps me up to date and lets me know what's going on, what's changed, how thing out there on the road. It keeps me sharp. It keeps me sharp. Because I cannot train or tell somebody what to expect or what to do if I've never did it. I call those hypocrites. So I cannot be that.
Yes. Yes.
I cannot. So that's hard. But those lot lizards, they still out there.
They still out there because they come to the door, they look through that bottom window and they see you like, what are you doing? Looking at you like you're crazy.
Knock on the door.
Yeah, when there was a lot of women, they coming to do their thing. So I remember that a lot when I was driving. So
absolutely.
How many tractors do you have? How many actual trucks do you have?
We have 8. We have 8 trucks. Minus the school. I have 8. The school is a big deal because I just launched that. It's been 2 weeks now. So a lot of people got it confused. They were like, "Oh, you got a trucking company," and no, I've been had a trucking company. I just let the school spin off from that. One, because it's beneficial to me, because I always have employees, and plus 2, they will always have a job. Okay, so that's beneficial to me. 2, it's a challenge because in the state of Oklahoma, there are trucking schools. I think there's maybe 2 or 3, but they are not owned by a woman, and they are not owned by a Black woman. So I was the first to set the standard for that. And that was just a major accomplishment for myself, a major goal. A lot of people around didn't know that that's what I was doing because I tell people my motto and quote what I say: move and speak in silence. Let the actions do all the talking. And that pays off. That way it keeps away you from being distracted. It keeps all the negativity away because nobody can talk about something that you're doing if you don't let them know. You keep that between you and God and stay on the straight path, and it will work out.
That's great advice, because we tend to tell everybody what we're doing, and then when it all balls down, and then we wonder why some of the people do it before you do it, because you done told them everything. So
Absolutely. And not even that, it's just that you can't be focused with different things coming your way all the time. You know, somebody, well, why don't you do that? Well, why don't you do this? Well, do that. No, you have to have a clear mind. You have a goal, and your mission should be to complete the goal. It doesn't say that it's going to be easy or you're going to complete it swiftly, but long as you meet the goal, you have arrived and you have a new beginning to start and do anything that you want to do. Anything you want to do.
And listen, I remember when I had some nails on. I see you got nails on, so you doing it.
No, I cut them down.
With the nails.
I cut them down because
it will tear up some nails.
No, I've been out there working with my drivers. I've been driving too, because we had some bad weather and stuff. So I've been out there working too. So I was like, I can't even hook up. These nails are getting in the way of me hooking up the fifth wheel and hooking up to the lines.
Them nails get in the way. Yeah, them nails get in the way. Yeah,
they be in the way.
They be in the way. So you know, I was like, Lord, these nails got to come up. They was popping off left and right when when I had to get to that pinwheel. That's what's up. So you've been open for 2 weeks. Do you already have students? I mean, how does that work? How do you get students for your school?
They can call. There are a lot of people. Listen, my sweet sister Shanika, she was so happy with me, and she posted it on Facebook. I called and told her that I said, well, I got a trucking school now, and she was so happy. She put the post on there, and it just went like viral. Okay.
Really?
And she called me the next. Yeah, seriously. And I called her and I said, what did you do? And she said, so sorry. She was so sorry. And I said, it's okay. I mean, it is what it is, you know. But they can go on there. A lot of people have looked on that Facebook on Destiny Renice. That is, you will not get answer. Okay. That is, I have 300 and something messages every day, and I'm not unreal. And I'm talking about people from east, south, and west. I mean, north, east, south, and west.
But you know what? Yeah, I'm so happy for Shanika. Thank you, Shanika, because that's how I met you.
I'm gonna tell her.
I know. Shanika Kirk. Is her name Shanika Kirk?
Yeah, that is my. Yeah.
She's here. She's already here. Shanika's here. Hey, Shanika.
And I want to put a shout out to her because she owns the dispensary. So you can't smoke weed and do trucking, but we supporting Black business owners.
Okay. No bloods allowed.
But she owns them. No. Okay. But we have been so busy. The number, please call 405-768. 5532. Okay. Ask for Raquel. She is my operations manager. Raquel, I wouldn't been able to make it in my right mind this far. I have some good staff. I mean, wonderful staff. And I wouldn't ask for anybody better. Raquel, she does a lot of the footwork. She does a lot of she runs my business. I've entrusted her to run my business, and she runs it just like it's me. So that's the key to everybody who's trying to start a business. You have to get people you can trust. You have to get people you can trust, and that you don't have to micromanage, you know, because that is a strain when you have to micromanage. It takes away what you could be putting your brain cells to something bigger and better. So the staffing is very important. Very,
very important. So do you have female truckers?
Yes.
You have some female driving for you?
I don't discriminate. I love when women apply. I'm much harder on women than I am men, because I had to go through to be able to. You have to earn and keep it. Okay, those are the three things I tell women, and you always want to be in a position where you can take care of yourself when you're out there. If you get a guy come up and say, "Oh, you need some help," I do not. I don't. I'm gonna figure it out. And it's called standing your ground. Nothing against men now, nothing against men and trucking and all that stuff, but I want women to be independent and be able to rely on themselves. And that's my goal with women. I love it when women say, class A, I don't care if they have 10 children or one or none, you can do the same thing that men do. And it has been proven.
Mm, okay, I like that. So you're a women advocate. Like that. So
Absolutely.
you said you're
I'm
harder
for
on.
women.
Are you harder on them because you know how hard the industry is for women? Is that why you're harder on them?
Absolutely.
Or?
And I don't want
Okay.
them to be blindsided, thinking, oh, he's stronger than me. He can, do this. No, you can do the same thing. It's just you have to figure out what works for you as a woman. Like some men, good example, this is a lesson. This is a free lesson for somebody. When you open the hood of a tractor trailer, it has a handle way at the top, right? You
Right.
know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Okay. So
Right.
I'm only 5'3.5", maybe 5. I can't reach at the top of that. So instead of making it harder and straining my back, I'm gonna unlatch both of the hood, the sides, and I'm gonna
This
lift it
one.
from the side.
Yep.
So that's just an example of figure it out. Figure it out what can work for you. And that's what I encourage women, figure it out. It's not too hard. It's a lot of men. We get a lot of callers who want to enroll in school and they say, well, my boyfriend or husband drives trucks, but he said I won't be able to do it. Well, why not?
Mm.
Why?
Wow.
So it's just really amazing how many spouses or supporters that don't want the woman to do things and be able to, be out there driving. I don't know why. They have their own personal reasons, I'm sure, but I'm telling all women, you can do it.
You could do it. You sure
You can
can.
do it.
And it's a lot of men. It's some men that can't reach that handle on that nose. That nose is high. So up top.
Everybody, all
Not
of
all
men
men can
folk
reach
are
that.
not 6'3". it's it's some short ones out there.
Yep. Yep. So
Okay,
that's not just a lot of people go
they
to
are
the
not
side
all
first. Hmm.
right.
Yep. A
Right.
lot go to the side first. I've seen it. I've seen it out there.
Mm-hmm,
So when it comes to
mm-hmm.
trucking and the industry per se, as women are getting more acclimated, you see more women, and I think a lot of times women are very reliable because they take care of them babies, and they got to be out there making some
Yeah,
money, and in a lot of ways, when women
absolutely.
get into something, they have to work. Not that men don't have to work. We're not
Yeah,
saying that. We're saying that there are a
right,
lot of women.
right.
Yeah, there are a lot of women who are the head of their households, and they get out in the truck and they're not there
Yeah,
to play because they got to get home to them babies. And so as I
that's
see,
right.
yeah,
Or they have to pick them up
yep,
or school.
we got a
So
bad. I
that's the
can't
good
hear
part
you.
too. Everybody thinks, can you hear me?
I can't. Sometimes a little. I think it's maybe the weather or something.
Okay. It's the weather. It has to be the weather here.
Okay, that's fine. And I know y'all got a
But
lot of wind in
anyhow, what I
Oklahoma.
was saying is it's just windy. But
It's
then
very
too,
windy.
sometimes that yeah, people think that they have to have a class A and drive over the road. You don't. You have a class A driver's license, and there's still local in drivers, belly dump drivers. Where you can come home every day. You can work like a 10-hour shift and go home every day and go back to work the next day. So class A doesn't mean you got to be going over the road for 3 to 6 months. No, that's not so.
Absolutely. Yep. And regional routes, that type of thing. You could definitely come home every day. And the new logistics with Amazon. Amazon has thrown a whole new movement into transportation and allowed
Mm-hmm.
even
And
non-CDL
and
workers
I
to
pull
make
for
money.
I That's right. They do. And I am an Amazon freight partner.
Are you?
Now, let me tell you the difference. Yeah. Amazon, you can be an owner. First of all, let's go to this. Everybody thinks because they have a truck, they own a trucking company. No, that's not true. You own a company when you employ other people to drive your trucks. That's a trucking
Okay,
company. You are
got
an owner operator when you have your truck that you drive. Okay. So now that we cleared that up
it.
for the people way in the back,
Okay.
now that we cleared that up, I don't dispatch for Amazon or look on their load board. We don't get the loads and say, oh, we're booking them out. We what I am is an Amazon freight partner. So I am in partnership with Amazon, my trucking company. Okay. So there's a lot of things that I can do that a lot of people can't do. Not only that, I'm on the women's leadership board for Amazon. Okay. So it's a
Okay.
lot of different things that I do, um that they just all add up. And believe me, everything I'm doing is around trucking. I stay in my lane. So
Okay.
if you want to get in trucking, you have to be in it all the way or not at all. Okay. It's
Okay.
no in between. You either like it or you don't. So it has its ups and downs all around. The maintenance and fuel and insurance can get unreal.
Mm-hmm.
But if you stay in there, and try to balance it out, it'll work out. But it strictly has to be either you're in it or you're not.
Yep. And what I've seen is early in the industry, you cannot drive without a CDL. There was no money to be made. But then now you have in
No.
logistics, you can now make a lot of money without a CDL and still being like under 8,000 pounds. And so that there's a
Mm-hmm.
whole new
Mm-hmm.
deal moving freight now that I've seen, especially Amazon
Mm-hmm.
Relay is getting freight moved. They break
Yeah.
it down into U boxes and break down
Right.
the loads where they can go on 26 footers. And a lot of non CDL
Right.
partners are out here
Right.
making some money. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. They are. And
yep.
also to touch on that, because we do some Amazon. I do rock hauling, dirt hauling. I mean, I have dry vans that do tractor trailer cross the state
Hmm.
lines, and then I have some that do dump trucks. They come home every day and they deliver rock and dirt, sand.
Okay.
So I have both worlds combined. But there's a lot of more things just dealing in trucking as a broad. There's dispatching, being a broker. There's so different things you can do in transportation if you don't want to drive a truck, because truck driving is not for everybody. It's not. But there's other things. You just have to figure out what it is that's best suits you, is the
Hmm.
thing. For those people also, do not about dispatch. Let me make that clear. I don't need a dispatcher. I don't teach dispatching. I don't help people start trucking businesses. I don't have the time, for one. And for
Okay.
two, um, that's just not what I'm in. Because I have so many messages to say, how do I start a trucking business? I will give you the first step to FCSA, and it will guide you all along the way.
Okay.
That's what I would tell people. The rest you will have to figure out, because everybody's situation is different, just like everybody's money is different.
Hmm.
So you have to do the footwork. If you think that I am going to do all the work and give it to you, that is not what's going to happen. It's not. I want people to do the footwork. So at the end of the day, you can pop your collar and say, I did that.
Mm. So when they come to your trucking school, they learning how to drive truck. They're not learning how to have no trucking business. That's what you're saying.
No, that is exactly what I'm saying. It's a school. You are coming to learn how to get your CDL so that you drive. Or if you want to start your trucking business, hey, why not? I'm
Hmm.
with it. I want everybody to be successful, start your own business. That's the go-to for us women and Black people. Do your own thing. But at my school, you will come to learn how to get your CDL. If
Okay.
you are learning and you pass your CDL, I will employ you so that you can goals and dreams to do whatever you want to do.
So what is that? What's the damage on something like that? If you wanted to get your CDL, and you say you're in another state, like we are, like someone from Maryland wanted to come to your CDL school, what's the damage for something like that?
With Oklahoma, we have different cash price is $5,000. I do offer financing, and I do have where you can pay, half and half before you start class. I have a different broad of um, financial situation help every different situations. So we
Okay.
offer that. If you it's so come and call because we can make a way. I have different grants and different programs will pay and help you to get your CDL.
Okay, that'll work. And if you're from another state, because when I actually did this, I was Maryland, but we went to Philadelphia. CRST can't really slow
Oh
truck.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, CRST, and they had to, they don't go past 55, sister. So we went to
Yeah.
I was really I was really young, and you learned in Philadelphia, but they set it up where you had a hotel room, and all of that
Yeah.
while you were there, and you could go home on the
Yeah.
weekends
We
if you
have that
wanted.
too.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Well,
someone wanted
Oklahoma's
to.
a long way from Philadelphia, but we do offer hotels. We
Okay.
partner with a lot of hotels that are close to the school, and they will
Hmm.
give you a discounted rate.
Got it. That's what I wanted to
Now
hear.
I don't have house, I don't have housing yet.
Okay.
Okay, yet I said,
I heard that. Yes.
but doesn't mean you have to listen to the key words. Yet everybody
Yeah,
say
I heard it.
yet.
I heard
But I
So,
am always thinking of how to help people be better and do better. So it is on my list.
I hear you. I hear you. And how long is the school? Is it 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 4 months? How
It's
long would
160 hours.
how much?
160 hours, which is about 4 weeks.
Which is about 4 weeks. Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to let people
Yes.
know because listen,
Now, if you
it's gonna
work
be
Monday through Friday, if you work Monday through Friday, then we do offer weekend classes for people who work. And if you go on the weekend classes, it's from 7 to 5, and it's 8 weeks because the
8
weekends is
weeks.
just two. You have to equal the 160 hours.
Okay. So I'm hearing if you I'm repeating you because we got we got a little lag and people can't really hear you. So if you go on the weekends, it's 8 weeks for 160 hours. If you
Mm-hmm.
go every day, it's 4 weeks for 160 hours. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Correct. Because there's gonna be some people in Maryland say, all right, I'm going out there. I'm gonna support this sister. So we
Y'all
gotta
come on down. Come on down.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So what's next? What we doing next? I know you doing something. And it's
What are
between
we
me and
doing
you.
next?
What we doing next?
We are going to move in silence and let the actions speak the words.
No, you're not. No, you're not gonna give me a hint or nothing. Nothing.
Well, okay, so I will give you a little hint. I do have some things I'm working on in a different state.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get it where it's from the north, the east, the south, and the west. So I'm just working. And it won't be a school there, but I am working on expanding my trucking company to different states.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, your name ain't Destiny Little for nothing. You always on the DL. I see. I'm not getting
Lottie, Destiny Lottie.
I hear that. Okay,
Lottie.
so then you're looking to come in another region. You're looking to come on the East Coast a little and move around all over
I'm
the
gonna work
country.
my way. I'm gonna work my way.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna work my way.
I love that. That's amazing. Because we need some jobs over here. You know, some of our youngsters, and we need some.
Yep.
They need to get in. They need to be able to get straight into a truck, and that is going to at least care about their outcome. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And
So
let me say
definitely.
something while we're talking about young people, because I told my son all the time, he's 21, and I said, listen, for all the people, young people, truck driving can save your life. And what
Mm,
I mean by that is you can make a lot of money just like you were hustling or whatever it is you do, man, woman, boy, or girl. Trucking can save your life. It can be the gateway to do bigger and better things. You can use it as a platform to get your money, save it, and spread towards whatever it is you want to do. It is
mm.
very, very extreme, and it's very much needed. Everything moves by planes, trains, or trucks. So if you are not trying to be an engineer or a pilot, get into trucking.
Ooh,
You will always have a job, always.
that's
So
true.
to all my young people, my parents who are young people, please, if you don't have if they don't know what they want to do, get them a trade in trucking. Even if they never use the license, never, you still have it
Mm-hmm.
because you formed it and you know it can take care of you if need be. You can always use it as a backup plan. Always have a backup plan for the plan.
That's it. That is it. Even if you have a degree, get you a trade. Um,
Even if
I,
you have a degree.
that's right. I'm here to tell you, I'm one of them. Get you a trade that will. You sometimes you want to trade your career in for a while for the truck, or trade it in for a trade. You
Mhm.
can do that, and you can still make comparable money. You won't lose your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Exactly, exactly. You might, and also one thing that I knew about trucking, Sister Destiny, is it took me to places I'd never seen before. It exposes you all over the
Mm-hmm.
country. You see things you've never seen before. The Midwest, you see
Absolutely.
California, you go to Washington State, you see mountains. I saw the space shuttle
Yeah,
in Arizona. You know, it's things that you're going to see that you might never see.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
exposure is important.
Absolutely.
So and so, what do you say to the little girls out here looking at this and saying, you know what, I might want to drive a truck? What you going to say to the little girls?
Little girls, y'all can do it. Y'all can do it. Whatever you want to do. It wasn't trucking. You can do it. You set your mind to it. If you can see it, you can achieve it. And you can do
Yes,
it.
you could definitely do it, and you are an example. And you know, you saw your mother, so you knew that it was attainable. And then
Yes.
so,
Yes.
and now women,
Absolutely. My mom, my mom is rock. She is like the ultimate shero. That's what I call her. I didn't grow up with the dad. So my mom is my dad, auntie, best friend. My mom was all that. She is all that and some still to this day.
that's amazing. And she doesn't drive anymore, right? She's retired.
Nope, she doesn't. She doesn't drive anymore. She has her own business.
Okay.
She does wedding planning and decorating. So she's went to something she wanted to do with the other part of her life. So she's just living her dreams.
That's
And guess
beautiful.
what? It all came trucking.
It came through. It came through trucking. And you know, someone said you will never. Stephanie Winston. She said you will never be homeless. That's so true. Because even if you in your truck,
That's
you got a sleeper. You can sleep in there and keep it rolling. You will never be homeless if you're a
yeah.
trucker.
That's my mom. That's my
Mm.
mom saying that. Her name is Stephanie Winston.
Oh,
That's
that's
my
Miss
mama.
Stephanie. Hey, Miss Stephanie. Yeah, that's true though. You know you being that sleeper and you'll never be homeless. I tell people, even if you get married couples can get in a truck and make serious money. Teams. serious money.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because the truck never stops, because it's more regulated now. Computers in the trucks and DOT. You used to can jump that
Oh,
logbook.
everything's regulated.
Oh yeah, it's regulated. Because we used to write the logbook out and change the logbook. You can't do that no more.
Yeah, you're not doing that anymore. Everything's technology. Everything.
Everything is technology. But you still, if 11 hours, and I mean, if you got a team, the truck is moving 22 hours out of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because my truck, if I run teams, which I do, the truck never stops. When one is driving, one is asleep.
That's right.
It never
and
stops.
everybody making money.
So if you figure if that truck is never stopping, you're making money.
Money. Yeah, that truck makes money, and people don't believe it. But they have their dogs in there, and that sleeper is so beautiful, and they're doing big business out that truck. Big business.
Living on the road.
Have you ever lived on the road?
No, I don't live on the road.
Okay.
I have. When I was with my mom, I spent a lot of nights in training with her over the road. Yeah, but yeah, no. All over. But yeah, no.
No. So you go home every night. I hear you.
I did, but yeah, I do now. But I have experienced over the road, and it's some of the best sleep you will ever get. I don't know if it's the purring of the truck or whatever, but I have experienced all that I did it for a while. And my mom, I was with her a lot, and my son was with her a lot. And so we got to part of it a lot. And it's not for everybody,
No, it isn't.
But that's the good part about trucking. You have your choice. You can go home or you can stay gone for 8 or 9 months. What is your choice?
That's true. That's true. And the more you roll, the more you get paid. That's all I have to say. That's what trucking is. It is a viable occupation for Black people. You said you wasn't in love with trucking, but you like money. And you can get some money.
I love truck. Now listen, trucking is my heart, but I didn't never grow up and say, "Oh, I want to be a truck driver." Yeah, no. Once I figured out that I like which they get paid, that's number one. Number two is nobody's looking over your shoulder, telling you what, when, and how. And number three, like you get to see everything. You get to see things that some things you'd be like, wow, really? I didn't know that was there or here, So it's kind of like a 3-in-1,
Yeah. The things I saw was like Arizona. I never felt heat like that. So dry, it was warm, but
yeah.
If you live on the East Coast, you live in humid heat. So you never felt heat like that.
Yeah.
So and
yeah.
You go to California in December and they in flip-flops.
Right. Now that's right. Now you come on down to Oklahoma, you're gonna feel the dry heat.
Okay. It's very windy in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it gets when we have a lot of wind. We do.
I have a lot of wind.
I think yesterday we had some tornadoes yesterday.
Oh wow. Okay. So Oklahoma got that Black rodeo. You go to the Black rodeo? Do you do the rodeo in Oklahoma?
We do. They have several rodeos. I'm not an animal type of person. Listen, nobody likes to take me to rodeos because I don't believe that you should be roping a baby cow's neck. I just don't agree with it, okay? I don't. I think it's animal cruelty, if you ask me. And I done threatened several times. I'm calling them people on y'all when I'm at the rodeo. Nobody wants to take me to the rodeo.
So you're an animal advocate.
Don't call me about no rodeo. I'm not doing it. No.
Well, living out here, we ain't never seen anything like that. I want to come and see a Black rodeo with Black cowboys. I've never seen that.
Yo, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna have yeah. I might not be able to go with you, but I'm gonna make sure when you come that it's rodeo everywhere here. I think it might be rodeo. See, I don't know because I'm not in that. I stay in
Okay.
my lane, but I can tell you trucking is 365 a year. I don't know about rodeos.
Yeah, the black
I
rodeo.
don't.
I'm interested in the black rodeo, so I know they have some in Oklahoma, but I don't know much about
Yes, they
much
do.
about it. And so they are present.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
make
not
sure
gonna
I put
take
that
you.
on your list to do.
Yeah, I know, but that we'll
No,
get if I go with you, we're gonna get put out because you're gonna complain the whole time. So you can't go. That's
yeah,
something I
I'm gonna
got.
complain.
You can't go. You cannot go. You
I'm gonna say,
cannot.
why are we here? Why am I here? I don't know why I'm here. And then I'm gonna blame it on you. I'm gonna say, this is your fault. This is all your fault.
So, and when it comes to
Oh,
trucking, what is so you said you're gonna build out so the school, do you want to do anything else in trucking that you haven't done yet? Have you thought about something like, dang, I really want to try that? Electric trucks, have you thought about, they're coming up now. They're on there where Walmart has
yeah,
a fleet of
no.
electric trucks.
I have yeah, they can keep that. I'm gonna
Okay.
stay away from that. For one,
But
because I can only imagine the insurance is probably out of this world.
it's expensive, yes.
And for two, it just doesn't make sense to me. So if it don't make sense, I just don't even indulge the thought of it because it just doesn't make sense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll let Walmart have all that and those
Because
repercussions
you have to
behind it.
do an
We'll let
EV,
them have
you have to be able to plug them up in an EV machine. So it takes a little bit, but it's no gas. So that's the thing about it.
it.
It's,
Yeah.
it's getting
Okay.
rid.
So we're talking about they have several new things out. Not everything's diesel now. They have diesel, CNG, and you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about the electric
The
where
electric
you can put
engine,
it
yeah.
in. I'm gonna stay away from the electric right now in trucking. Plus, I don't know much information about the electric trucks. I haven't researched it. I
Yeah.
have researched the CNG. I have looked into that because it burns cleaner fuel, and you don't have to deal with a lot of the emissions problems that the DEF
Mm-hmm.
that is like the devil. That's what it should be called, the devil, because it's just a horrible, never-ending money pot. I don't
Yeah.
know who created that or why they didn't just let the exhaust go out and dissipate in the app. I don't know, but that I'm sure a lot of truckers would agree with me that they just should have never did that.
It should have never did that. Well, it's a money grab, I think. And
No,
so
maybe I think it really originated from California, and they should have just been small down there. They should have
mm-hmm.
kept it down in California.
Got it.
That's what they
Got it.
could have
Got
did.
it. Got it. And that's one of the things that they're talking about with electric trucks, that they don't burn the same way. No exhaust. But of course it's a new
Yeah, but the
technology.
thing is, that's right. And we concerned about how they pull. How do they pull heavy weight?
That's
How do
true.
they pull going up a hill, down the hill? That would be the thing that I would check out. Like, but yeah, I'm gonna stay away from the electric.
And you're right, and they're new in the power too, because you get a real heavy load, and can that
Mm-hmm.
electric do it? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
not a stick shift. It's an automatic engine. So can it
Mm-hmm.
take that weight when you're going up that hill in Arizona or Mexico? Them hills is no
Mm-hmm.
joke.
Because
You know,
even with because I don't have all manual trucks. I have automatic trucks too. And even with
do
the
you?
automatics, they don't pull the same. It's not the
They
same
don't.
horse. It's different. And you don't have any control over when the downshift, if you're going down the hill or up a hill, you don't have any control. That you kind of just gotta, it's a lag. You gotta wait till the truck do what it wants to do. So I don't really care for the automatic. I have some because not some people have automatic restrictions and that's all they can drive is the automatic truck. But after these automatics run they last run, I will not buy any more automatics. I will not.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I'm
No,
into that double
no.
clutch. That double clutch that's the move. You got a double clutch.
Well, yeah, and see, I don't double clutch either. I float the gears. We float gears in
Oh,
my
you
company.
float gears? Okay.
we real truck drivers over there. We
Oh,
saving
excuse
money
me.
on
You go
clutches.
through, you float through. Excuse me.
And nobody's not shifted pushing no clutch unless it's takeoff and backing up. We ain't no
I
float the
love
gears. Save money.
You do save money. I like
Save
that.
money.
I like that. So you just go through your gears. That's what's up.
Wear and tear on that clutch. Yeah.
But it take a while to get there,
Yeah,
you know.
we float.
You float
It
gears. It take a
does,
while to
but
learn how to float them, you know.
yeah, once you get, you'll be like, I don't need to use that clutch, double clutch. What is that?
I love it. She said she float gears. You're a real truck driver. I love it. I love it.
I am.
So you have done something. Has the city called you? Have you gotten any? You've done something that nobody's done. The state of Oklahoma.
I had a meeting with Senator Kevin Matthews last Monday. He stopped by and he had some congratulations, and he talked, politicians about some things.
Okay.
And yeah, I've had a lot of people reach out, some local government agencies like Metro Tech, just workforce, just little things we have here to help people, Votex. So I've had a lot of meetings. Thanks to Operation Hurricane. She they call and she just says, okay, you're gonna be there at this time or that time, and I say, okay. So yeah, it's been a lot of calls, a lot.
Okay. Well, you know what? One thing, we have 51 minutes and we're going to roll out of here, but I really appreciate you taking my call because you definitely called back.
I appreciate you.
I definitely appreciate that. I don't, I, like you said, people have a license and they don't use it. I just have the license. I barely use it. And I don't use it.
But guess what? You can if you had to.
There you go.
You could if you need to.
You're right. I got to float them gears though, sis. I got to get it right. So you're right about that.
I'm gonna have to show you float.
Yeah, we got. You got to help me float them gears.
On the last note, I'm glad that you said that you have a CDL, but you don't use it. So that is the key thing. To wrap up this whole conversation, you have it if you need to. Okay, you will never be homeless. As my mom said, you won't be broke. And you can get back on your feet. Mm-hmm. So that is the glory of the CDL. And I mean,
the CDL is my stabilizer. If anything happens, it's a fallback plan for sure. And so I tell folks, if it's something you need a fallback plan. Everybody need a plan B. Everybody, and sometimes you get sick of just going to, you get sick of just going to work and you want to get on the road and travel. You can travel and make money.
That's right. And I had an employee, he doesn't work for me now, but when he applied to my company years ago, he was homeless. He was living in his car. And so, but he had a CDL. And he was living in his car. And I interviewed him on Sunday and sent him out on the load on Sunday night. And I have some of the trucks they have sleepers in them. So I let him sleep in the truck, to have somewhere to stay so he wouldn't have to spend all his money on hotels and weekly stays, extended stays. So I helped him a lot. I gave him money for food, do feed the hungry, because that's my mom's missions. She feeds feeding God's people. So I make sure they have food. I help out when I can help out. And so I was very grateful that it helped him change his life because he had somewhere to stay. So it worked out for him. He ended up getting an apartment, buying a car, selling the car that he had, the old car he was living in. So it's really amazing when I can see that it's helping somebody.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's a great testimony right there. You sleep in a car, you sure can sleep in a truck. I hate to tell you. Yep.
It's better luxury than the car. You can stretch out.
You got a bed.
Have a
Yeah.
refrigerator, a microwave,
Exactly.
a bed.
A lot of
It's
people
like a
don't know
house
how
on
nice,
wheels.
Destiny. A lot of people don't know how nice those sleepers can be. You know, people have had showers in sleepers. You
Yeah,
know,
very nice.
they don't know
Yeah,
how
they
nice
do.
they can
They
be.
do.
Yeah, they can be really tricked out.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And so
they can.
they can, and so it can be a pleasurable experience. We just, my goal is to give people other options. We get caught up in what we know, and sometimes doing something you don't know
Yeah.
gives you the most liberation than doing what you do know. And it's an option. Driving
Right.
truck CDL is an option,
Right.
and you service your
Right.
community
And for those
because
people who are scared, sometimes you just got to take the leap of faith. Just step
yeah,
out on faith and say, hey, I'm going to try it. If that's what you want to do, just try it. Don't be scared. You won't know if you don't try.
that's true. And you service the community also because you're bringing food in, you're bringing supplies in. During the pandemic, trucking didn't stop. Actually, when we was running out of stuff, they needed more trucks. When
Yeah.
people,
And they didn't have
yeah,
enough drivers.
that's right.
They
That's
didn't.
it.
And we
They did.
do. One of the things, one of the last things before we go that I really want to touch on is we do serve the community. One criteria to work for my company is you have to, I don't ask my employees, I tell them you have to give back to the community. So last year was the first time I did it. My goal was to give away 100 turkeys. Well, it was so big that I ended up paying for my money, my pocket. I don't ask for any kind of nothing. It just happened to people donating canned goods. People were just donating out of everywhere, and I was just so excited about it. So instead of 100 turkeys, I bought 250 turkeys.
Wow.
And it was just amazing. All my employees come, they bring their children, their spouses, family members, whoever. And we all volunteer and we hand them out to our community. So that's a really big thing of my community work, giving back. That's what I really like. That's what I really enjoy. Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. That's why we're here, is to continue to help the community while we help ourselves. It's a reciprocal situation.
Absolutely.
It's reciprocal. So listen, I feel like I got a new friend. And so I really appreciate I'm coming to Oklahoma. And I really appreciate talking to you because and I'm proud of you. It is very proud of you. It's a blessing to see Black women stepping into places that mostly, and we innovate. Wherever we go, we innovate. And so you come into this.
Absolutely.
And you've innovated. Now you have a school. You're thinking of you spreading like mustard. You're going everywhere. So that's a beautiful thing. And I really appreciate you coming on to talking to the Black Boxes because we want to give people hope. Yeah, we want to give people hope, Sister Destiny. We want people to realize that there's always options. You might don't know, but there's always options. And you can't let being a female stop you from going to get that cash. That's it.
Most women like to shop too much anyway. I don't know why they would let that be a bother.
Absolutely. Listen, I want you to give your jewel to the people. Drop a jewel, drop Destiny's jewel, the DL. Drop the DL on the people.
The DL is enrolled in Always Trucking Truck Training Center. Call 405-768-5532. And the Facebook is Always Trucking LLC. Go on there and like the page, leave your comments, questions, concerns, and we will get right back to you.
Excellent. Listen, Black Boxers, you've seen a woman boss here tonight. She's laid some knowledge down on us. We see her doing big things. We support you. Keep doing it. Keep going. And we're gonna keep in touch. You're gonna come in when you got your 30th truck. I'm gonna come in and say,
okay.
You got 30
And
now,
I was
girl.
gonna stop at like 18. I was gonna stop at 18. You said 30, so maybe I'll shoot for the 30.
You got 8. You got 8. 10 more is coming really quick. Especially when you cultivating your own drivers. You know, when you cultivate your own, it's like, you know, planting into, if you're a farmer and you plant and you continue to plant different weeds, that's what you're doing. You keep planting. And so you're planting and cultivating drivers. Those trucks ain't gonna be hard, right?
We shall see.
I know you ain't gonna tell me. So listen, I appreciate you. Don't go nowhere. We box up and out. Give me some deuces because we gone. We boxed up and out. Can I get them deuces? That's right. There we go. Good night, guys. Don't go nowhere, Destiny.
Bye.